Hi, welcome back to Mom Life Kitchen. Today I want to show you all how to make my fried shrimp and lobster balls. Okay, so I have my shrimp and lobster in a bowl, but I'm going to season my shrimp first. Cajun seasoning, some Saison Complete, and some Old Bay. I'm going to go ahead and get that nicely covered and toss it up really good. Now that we have that seasoning, we're going to start cutting open the lobster tails. As you can see, I brought whole lobster tails, so you do have to cut them down the middle and peel the meat out as so. This is something that you can do ahead of time to prep. Now for the lobster tails, you want to season it the exact same way as your shrimp. So I have my hot pan here ready, and I'm going to start off with a little bit of olive oil and cook the shrimp first. While this is almost done, I'm going to add a little bit of minced garlic. Once your shrimp are done in the same pan, you're going to steam your lobster tails. Once those start steaming, we can go ahead and get our seasonings for the batter. For the seasonings, you will need adobo, some mayonnaise, Italian seasoning, aioli mustard, Cajun seasoning, and some garlic. Now for the measurements, I did about 1/4 cup or 1/3 of a cup of the mustard and the mayonnaise. And the seasoning, of course, will be to taste. Once you get all of your seasonings and your mustard and mayonnaise in there, you also want to toss in 2 eggs. Remember, it is a batter, so it's going to just kind of depend on your likings and how big of a portion you're making. Now that we have everything all nice and mixed up together, we're going to get our cooked shrimp and we're going to chop them up so we can add the shrimp. And then we're also going to take the lobster tails and chop those up into small pieces as well. And we'll get those dumped into the batter. Now that we have our lobster and shrimp chopped up, we're going to get some Ritz crackers and break those up into a bag. And we're going to toss the meat and the Ritz crackers into the bowl and get that folded in into a nice little mixture. Now that it's all folded in and mixed together, we're going to start making little hand balls, like so. I used a ice cream scooper just to kind of help me keep them the same size. Now what you want to do next is have a plate and some breadcrumbs laid out, because what we have to do is take each one of our balls and coat them with the breadcrumbs before we drop them in the deep fryer. And you should have a whole bunch looking like this, ready to get dropped into the deep fryer. Now in the deep fryer, remember everything is already cooked, so we're just frying the batter itself, so you only fry that for about 2 minutes or so. Now these are all done. We're going to now take the time to make the sauce. And start off with a pan of butter in the same pan that we cooked the shrimp and the lobster in. Garlic, some whipping cream, a little bit of Saison seasoning, some more complete seasoning, and some Parmesan cheese. Again, with the measuring, it's going to just depend on how much of the sauce you're making. Once you get everything stirred in together, you're literally going to just simmer it for a few minutes until it gets thicker. Once it's thick, you're good to go. And there you have it, your shrimp and lobster seafood balls.